There's a spring in the mountain and it flows down to the town.
From NPR Music and West Virginia Public Broadcasting, with support provided by Bailey and Glasser and by Wild, Wonderful West Virginia, welcome to another Mountain Stage with your host, Larry Groce.
There's a song in my heart, just a simple little tune, but the rhythm and the melody won't leave me alone. Around the world it's just a simple song. This world is turning around, a simple song. Well, thank you so much, and welcome once again to Mountain Stage Live Performance Radio from the Mountain States of West Virginia. We are in Morgantown, West Virginia, on the campus of West Virginia University at the Creative Arts Center to start our 35th year, and we got a show that I think is a great blast-off for our 35th season. But before I tell you who's on the show, I got to do what I've done at the beginning of every year for all of these years, which is to read a quote by Oscar Wilde, who said, "It is better to have a permanent income than to be fascinating." That gets more and more important every year. On this show, we got John Oates, a man who is one half of the most successful duo ever in rock and pop music, also a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He's going to be out during the next hour. So is Tyminski, Dan Tyminski's new group. They got a new album called Southern Gothic. Dan, it's really a strong album, and I know you're going to love it if you haven't heard it yet. Ms. Lilly Hiatt is also here, great songwriter and singer, living down in Nashville. And our good buddy, if you never heard him before, you're going to get a laugh, you're going to get a chuckle. West Virginia storyteller, Mr. Bil Lepp, is here with us. But to start us out on the right foot, a man who started coming to see us way back in 1997 when he was a member of a group down in Austin, Texas called the Bad Livers, and they were really a fun group, interesting group. He is one of the best banjo players in the world. I'm not joking about that. I'm not exaggerating at all. And he's played banjo in many different styles, different kinds of ways, and he's done all kinds of music. But he started out in bluegrass music, and his latest CD called Stove Up is bluegrass style. First time he ever done a whole album of acoustic bluegrass music, and it's kind of a tribute to a man from West Virginia who was one of his heroes. It's a loving tribute to Mr. Don Stover, if you know, the great banjo player from West Virginia. And I don't know what he's going to do. He's got his banjo. He's here by himself, so he can't do all the things that he did on that record. He had a lot of other great players with him, but we don't care. He's good enough just like he is right over there. Please say hello to Mr. Danny Barnes.
Well, I'm gonna fit good in the casket, double over at my knee, cry all the way to the poorhouse, have mercy on me if you please. It's a long way down, when you're falling hard. When you come around, I was out of town, I've been working in the chicken yard. Well, roof is falling down, my fence is caving in, my car will run but it roll downhill. I tell you, it's a natural sin. It's a long way down when you're falling hard. When you come around, I was out of town, I've been working in the chicken yard. Let the banjo play. Well, my grandma read the Bible, but the days of the prophet passed. Them girls was pretty in the middle of the street, had a cop knocking on my glass. It's a long way down when you're falling hard. When you come around, I've been out of town, I wasn't working in the chicken yard. Well, my fence is falling down, my roof is caving in, my car don't run but it roll downhill. I tell you, it's a natural sin. It's a long way down when you're falling hard. Come around, I've been out of town, I've been working in the chicken yard. I'm gonna get a line of work in, find out how it goes. Sweating's for the birds and the bees, I seen it in the picture show. It's a long way down when you're falling hard. When you come around, I've been out of town, I've been working in the chicken yard. Let the banjo play. Thank you. I got started playing the banjo in like the late 60s and stuff. I got interested in it, watching TV and stuff like that. I grew up in Central Texas, and there weren't a lot of banjo players around there, probably like there was here, but there weren't too many guys that played. So they advertised this Roy Clark banjo on TV. I don't know if y'all had that out here, but I think it was $99, You get a Roy Clark banjo and had his name written rope on the back, And you got 3 picks, you got a strap, an extra set of strings, and 3 banjo books. So it showed up at my house, had everything in there, but it didn't have the books. So I was trying to figure out what to do then. So I just worked on my own, trying to develop how to play. It was kind of tricky. But about 3 years later, I was watching Hee Haw, and there was my postman on TV playing the banjo. So anyway, this is a little ballad, a little love song here called The Big Girl Blues. Well, my baby got the big girl blues, trying not to hold on to another man that'll bring her down with the sound of another round from the barrel of a drunken gun. Thinking he's the only one that'll love her when the lights get low. He's thinking, but he don't know. Big girl, don't cry. dry your crying eye. Every man out there, you better just beware. Now baby's got the big girl blues. You'll find her with her head hung down, trying not to make a sound. That'll give her away her state of mind. It makes her kinda hard to find, but if you see her, tell her, hey, from me. There was a time when I wished to be standing with her in the morning light, and laughing, joking, everything's alright. Big girl, don't cry, so dry your crying eye. Every man out there, you better just beware. My baby's got the big girl blues. Well, I felt there was too much life to settle down as a man and wife, so I let her slip away from me like Noah's dove on the endless sea. But I missed her at the strangest time. I didn't think she was on my mind. Here she come in the light of a smile. Well, she was there shining all the while. Big girl, don't cry, so dry your crying eye. Every man out there, you better just beware. My baby's got the big girl blues. So, yes, I'd love to tell you about my hat here. I don't know if you noticed this, but so when you play music and things like that, you're supposed to have like your name on stuff. And so one day I thought, well, if my name is Barnes, I could just have 2 barns on stuff. And then I don't seem like some kind of overbearing person or something. Just have barns. So this is my logo. 2 barns. Get it? 2 barns? Ah. One of my friends just says, I don't get it. I'm like, my name, Barnes? I don't get it. Why isn't your name on there? It is on there. It's just metaphysically on there. In the abstract, as it were. Right, this tune here is called Maintain, is the name of this. This is off a record I had called Junior Sampled. I went through and sampled all these old country guys and made a new record out of it. You're like the only state that's got that joke. So, my hat's off to you. I've shortened my show by a couple of minutes because I don't have to explain what the heck this is. That's handy. It's that round guitar thing that he plays. And it's just, Had a little girl with a diamond ring on. She could run a trot line all night long. Told me I've been singing at the same old song. I'm a picking on the banjo, I don't belong. Sing, hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Well, I gotta maintain. I had an old truck neath the shade of a tree. It always started, but don't you worry about me. Wear coveralls, baby, got a hole up in the knee. I got a grease spot creeping, I can barely see. Yeah, hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Well, I gotta maintain. Sleeping on the floor with a box full of lids, spranging them locks where to keep it all hid. I did a little time for the crime that I did. It's a maintain game from the bass to the mid. Sing, hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Well, I gotta maintain. Let the banjo play. He's all warmed up. Let him go again. I've been sleeping on the floor with a box full of lid, keeping them locks ready to keep it all here. Well, I did a little time work, that I did. It's a maintain game from the bass to the mid thing in the hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Well, I gotta maintain. I've been working in the bar with them folks all getting high, drinking them drinks with a credit card slide. I'm in 319 over on the bench side. Gotta find a day's in a rental car ride. Sing, hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Well, I gotta maintain. All right, so this last tune I'm going to play is a song called Charlie. And this is off my record, Stove Up. And this, again, was my homage to the great Don Stover. What I got interested in about Don was he fronted a band as a banjo player and songwriter. And at the time I started listening to different banjo players in the early 70s. Most of the guys were in bands and stuff. And he was actually fronted the band. He was a great songwriter and singer. And I never got to meet Don, but I had some good friends that knew him well. One of my good friends is David Grisman, the mandolinist, and he actually played on that record, Things in Life, the Don Stover record. And so I had some mutual friends, but I never got to meet him. But I want to say thank you to the state of West Virginia, because if it wasn't for Don Stover, I wouldn't be sitting here picking the banjo now. A great banjo player there. There was a tune here called Charlie. Well, Charlie was a no good soul, and so well he grabbed $40 and he took out the door. Well, he went down the street to his favorite liquor store. He put a 9 on the clerk and said, "Open that drawer." Well, the clerk done hit the silent alarm. The cop came and took him in by the arm. He wound up sitting in a federal can. Out in 10 years to do it all again. Charlie was a no good man. He woke up doing the worst that he can. Charlie was a no good man. Prison life told him how to get relief. Talking about Jesus with the Jesus freak. Sunday morning he flew out the door. When he got him with him junkies and uptown ho. People don't mind if you bother no one, but if you're breaking in home, well, you're gonna get the gun. Gather round, boys, I'll tell you a tale about a no good man who spent his life in jail. Charlie was a no good man. He woke up doing the worst that he can. Charlie let the banjo play. He had plenty of chances to get it right, to stop stealing cars in the middle of the night instead of spending time taking what you need, shooting that dope and smoking that speed. Well, he went downtown for a little 40 rock, and now he's sitting in a jail cell watching the clock. Well, he went downtown for a little 40 rock, he's sitting in a jail watching the clock. Charlie was a no good man. He woke up doing the worst that he can. Charlie was a no good man.
The one and only Danny Barnes right there. And that new CD, the loving tribute to Don Stover, is called Stove Up. Yeah, he does that song on that new record. He also does a couple of Don Stover songs, and I think one or two more of his own, and then some classics that you'll recognize. He's got a big, strong lineup of other musicians to play along with him, but it's such a treat to always to have Danny Barnes on the show. Great to start the year with him. It's time for Mountain Stage Band now to do a tune with Julie Adams. Mountain Stage Band, let me introduce them. They play with us all the time. Back there, where is he? He's up here, right here, with a harmonica. Ron Soule is the leader of the band. Bob Thompson is over on the piano. Ahmed Solomon is our drummer. Steve Hill plays the bass. Ryan Kennedy is one of our lead guitar players, and Michael Lipton is the other lead guitar player. And they got a very cool song that Julie has chosen to do called He Caught the Katy. She learned it from Taj Mahal. Please welcome Julie Adams.
He caught the Katy, left me a mule to ride. He caught the Katy, left me the mule to ride. My baby caught the Katy, left me the mule to ride. The train pulled out and I ran on behind. I'm still crazy about a hard-headed man. My baby's long, great God Almighty, he tall. My baby's long, great God Almighty, he tall. My baby's long, don't you know that he's tall? Sleeps with his head in the kitchen, feet in the hall. I'm still crazy about a hard-headed man. I love my baby, you know, he's so fine. I wish he'd come on up and see me sometime. He don't believe I love him. Look what a fool I've been. He don't believe I'm sinking. Look what hole I'm I love my baby, you know, he's so fine. I wish he'd come on up and see me sometime. He don't believe I love him. Look what a fool I've been. He don't believe I'm sinking. Look what hole I'm in. He got the Katie, left me the mule to ride. My baby caught the Katie, left me the mule to ride. He caught the Katie, left me a mule to ride. The train pulled out and I ran on behind. I'm still crazy about a hard-headed man of mine. Ooh, I'm still crazy about a hard-headed man of mine. You know I'm still crazy about a hard-headed man of mine.
Julie Adams, the Mountain Stage Band. Little Taj Mahal right there. You're listening to Mountain Stage live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Major funding for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey and Glasser, LLP, a nationwide law firm born in West Virginia, with offices in Charleston, Philadelphia, St. Louis, Morgantown, D.C., Boston, Alabama, and Delaware. Details at baileyglasser.com. And by Wild, Wonderful West Virginia. Whether you're looking for extreme outdoor adventure, family fun, or an intimate getaway for two, there's something for everyone in the Mountain State. Travel planning and trip ideas are available. Visit go2wv.com. Additional support is provided by the Charleston, West Virginia Convention and Visitors Bureau, showing the world why Charleston is hip, historic, and almost heaven. Your adventure starts online at charlestonwv.com. This is Mountain Stage on NPR. We hope you will take a look at our website. It's mountainstage.org. You can find links there to our podcast. You can also follow us on just about every form of social media. Someday, we hope you will follow us to a live show, whether we are here in Morgantown or at our home down in Charleston or on the road somewhere. You can find out where we're going to be, and you can get your tickets right there at mountainstage.org. Our next guest has made a great effort to get here. She had some plane trouble today, but by golly, she made it to the show, and we're grateful because she's got a great new record out there called Trinity Lane, which was produced by Michael Trent of Shovels and Rope, and he plays on it too. She did it down in South Carolina. This was a big record for her. It's her second. It's her sophomore recording. She's a great singer and songwriter, and she had to face down some demons before she did this record, and I think it came out with some really, really strong songs. She's going to do a couple by herself, and then she's going to ask the band to join her. Please welcome back to the Mountain Stage, Lilly Hiatt.
Well, thank you guys. I'm so happy to be here. And yeah, I'm just going to start playing.
Spent all morning out in Franklin. They're fixing my car. I was thinking of you. You weren't ready. I've been over backwards, busting my knees. What else could I do? Spent a lot of time loving all kinds of people, but all kinds of people won't care for your heart. I love you like you love the ocean. That's where you're going, and it's ripped me apart. This house says spirits, I always knew it. That sail sun doesn't fool me at all. Remember listening to Lonnie Johnson that told you you'd love it. Our names on the wall. Spent a lot of time loving all kinds of people, but all kinds of people won't care for your heart. And I love you like you love the ocean. That's where you're going, and it's ripped me apart. Corner house, don't drive by it. When I go to the grocery, I take the back way. And I miss you, fresh off the boat, eyes big as whole notes with so much to say. Spent a lot of time loving all kinds of people, but all kinds of people won't care for your heart. And I love you like you love the ocean. That's where you're going, and it's ripped me apart.
Thank you guys. I'm so excited to be here. I literally just got off the plane. And I'll dedicate this next song to the sassy Delta flight attendant. It made me cry today. It's called There's So Much You Don't Know About Me.
I miss my old G.
he's riding high in that dry city. Sold it to a dark-eyed man, left with $800 in my hand. There are places you have known, idea that I have been, like that time my little angel got on heroin, and I thought my throat was closing every time I tried to sleep. There's just so much you don't know about me. I ask you questions about where you're from, where you were when you first got drunk. What was the name of your first girlfriend? God damn it, don't you wonder where the hell I've been? I could dance in circles, bring out old photographs of that time I was in Denver drinking cherry schnapps. You are always acting as if it's all on my sleeve, but there's so much you don't know about me. My favorite record is Purple Rain. It came out the same year that I got my name. Your mother loved driving to the B-52s. Why am I always asking about you? I'm not trying to be needy, I'm not trying to kiss and tell. Shouldn't worry about painting up a pretty picture of myself. Well, who doesn't love a little mystery? I just want you to want to know about me. Thank you, guys. Now the band's gonna come up here. They learned some of my songs. I'm excited to play with them. And by the way, everyone at Mountain Stage has been so kind. So thanks, guys, for being really sweet, laid-back bunch. I get bored, so I wanna get drunk. I know how that goes, so I ain't gonna touch it. I get bored and wanna find someone. I know how that goes, so I ain't gonna rush it. I'm gonna hang on a little bit longer, sleep well, work a little harder. You guys sound great. All right. Yay. Well, I was stoned to the bone in Denver, Colorado, watching my friend in her wedding video. I knew what I was doing was bad for me. Couldn't be the kind of person I wanted to be. I studied the crooks, I studied the kings, studied the lines on the butterfly wings. Ooh, baby, I wanna go home. Ooh, baby, where's my home? Well, I've been thinking about you a lot out here. Sunsets and you're everywhere. I had a dream last night. You were married to me. I woke up and I missed my family. I studied the crooks, I studied the kings, I studied the lines on the butterfly wings. Ooh, baby, I wanna go home. Ooh, baby, where's my home? March 13th in Memphis, Tennessee. Ain't you starting to wonder about me? I hit the bridge right after the Arkansas flood. I was wondering where the hell I was. I missed the Natchez Trace and being a kid and all that stupid stuff we did. Well, you know they used to call it the devil's backbone. Ooh, baby, I wanna go home. I studied the crooks, I studied the kings, studied the lines on the butterfly wings. Ooh, baby, I wanna go home. Ooh, baby, where's my home? All right, guys, we got one more. How about a hand for this band? They learned all these songs without me. Without any of my help. And again, my name's Lilly Hiatt, and this is a fun way to start off the year. Play a song called Records. I'm 32, I feel 23. Got no husband next to me. I just wanna rock and roll, scream out my lungs and burn real slow. I'll take Thank you, guys. Thank you, band. You're awesome. You sound beautiful. Thank you guys so much.
Lilly Hiatt. And that latest record, you heard the title song, Trinity Lane, is the latest CD produced by Michael Trent of Shovels and Rope and recorded down in South Carolina with her band. She was just out with Blitzen Trapper, and she's going to be out in the next few weeks with Drive-By Truckers. So if you get a chance to see her, go and take advantage of that. Great to have her back on the mountain stage. If you have questions or suggestions for us, we'd love to hear from you. Our email address is larry@mountainstage.org. You can also, of course, connect with us on Facebook, and you can check out all of our social media, Tumblr, Instagram, and Twitter accounts. All of these are at the website, mountainstage.org. Our next guest has been with us a couple of times over the last few months, and we hope he's going to continue to come back and share his point of view with us and you. He's a West Virginia storyteller. He started out here, but now he goes around the world, around the country, particularly America, and tells his stories. He was the West Virginia champion state liar many times over. Now he just judges that contest. They don't let him enter anymore. But now, you know, the way things are in the world, they've raised the bar on lying, so it's difficult to compete the way it used to be. You can hear him on his latest recording, which is called Raised on Hose Water. Please welcome back to the mountain stage, Mr. Bil Lepp.
Thank you very much. The difference is that I know that what I'm saying isn't true. Now, my buddy Skeeter and I, we grew up in a little town called Half Dollar, West Virginia, and we loved the Half Dollar Baptist Church. Now, when I say we loved the Half Dollar Baptist Church, I mean Baptist with a little b, because we were Methodists. What we loved was the building that was the Baptist church because the attic was infested with bats. And on a summer evening, a spring evening, a fall evening, you could go and sit behind the church and just watch thousands and thousands of bats flying out from the eaves. It was a beautiful thing to see. So we were very excited when it was announced that because they were doing renovations at the Methodist church, that we would be having a joint vacation Bible school at the Baptist church. And we were excited for several reasons. One, we had lots of Baptist friends. But it was difficult to tell the Baptist children from the Methodist children on the playground because we all knew the same bad words. So we were excited to have the opportunity to see the Baptist children being Baptist in their natural Baptist habitat. On top of that, we understood that inside the Baptist church there was a baptismal, like a bathtub where people did baptisms. Now, I'm a Methodist, so we sprinkle. You just get a little bit of water on your head. But we understood that the Baptists did the full bore dunking. And I asked my dad about that, and he said the reason that Methodists only get a little sprinkle on the head is because Methodists just have dirty minds. But the Baptists are dirty all over. And then when you're a Methodist, you just get baptized once as an infant. It's a once and done thing. But we understood that there were Baptists who got baptized like once a week. So we were hoping to have the opportunity to see that. So when we got to the Vacation Bible School on the first day, the ladies that were running it put the boys on one side of the sanctuary and the girls on the other. We sang some hymns. There was a brief sort of sermonette. And then it came time to give the offering. And instead of passing the plates in the traditional way, what happened was the boys stood up against this wall, the girls stood up against this wall, and then we progressed forward. And someone had built in front of the altar an offering-giving device, the likes of which I had never seen before and have never seen since. It was a 2x4 that stood maybe 3 feet tall. And it had another 2x4 bolted loosely, perpendicularly across the top of it. And hanging from one side on binder's twine was a coffee can painted pink. And hanging from the other side by binder's twine was a coffee can painted blue. And the boys put their money in this can, and the girls put their money in this can, and whichever side went down, that gender won the offering. Yeah, there's a lot wrong with that. And it is not even all theological. I mean, part of the problem is that the weight of American money has very little to do with the value of American money. I mean, a nickel is twice the size of a dime, but it's only worth half as much, and 10 pennies weighs more than a $100 bill. Now, Skeeter and I knew that firsthand, because that winter there had been a blizzard, and we decided that we were going to go out into the neighborhood and shovel snow to make a little bit of money. Now, I'm the last of 5 children, which means I did not own a new article of clothing until I was 27 years old. And the worst part about that was that my sisters were my 2 closest siblings. So I would say things to my mother like, I don't want to wear a girl's shirt. And she would say, there's no such thing as a girl's shirt. And I would be like, then how come my shirt sticks out right here? And I was born after the inventions of rubber and wool, but before the inventions of Thinsulate and Gore-Tex. So my winter boots were essentially thin rubber rain boots with metal clasps to tighten them, and they were one size fits all, which means my oldest brother. So by the time they got to me, they had 4 siblings worth of holes worn through the soles and burned through the uppers. So to render them winterproof, what my mother would do is sit me down, put 2 wool socks on each foot, and then take space-age, state-of-the-art, Arctic-rated Wonder Bread bags. She would put 2 bags on each foot, work a rubber band up my calf, slap it shut, and within 15 minutes, my feet would be numb. And I didn't know if it was lack of circulation or frostbite, but either way, my mother sent us out, and of course, I was born in the 1970s, so, she just let us go. There were no cell phones. They didn't know where they were. She was just like, goodbye, boys. Go. Knock on strangers' doors. If they invite you in, go. If they offer you food and drink, say please and thank you. See you when you get home. Or not. You're the last of 5. We might not notice. And so we set out, and this immediately went from not just an exercise and occupation, but also sort of a sociology experiment, because we would knock on a door, and if the woman of the house opened the door, we would say, can we shovel your driveway? And she would say, oh no, my husband is going to do that. And she would shut the door. And if the man of the house opened the door, we would say, can we shovel your driveway? And he would say, how much? And we would say, $5, and we would do it. So what we learned was if the woman shut the door, that about 30 seconds later, the door would fly open. And there would be the man of the house saying, boys, 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 come back, come back. So if the woman shut the door, we would just stand there. And about 30 seconds later, the door would open. And there would be the man of the house. But he wouldn't see us because we were this tall. And he was looking down the street. And when he couldn't locate us, we would learn a new word. And then we would make some sort of move, and that would startle him, and we would learn another new word. So by the end of the day, Skeeter and I both probably had $25, $30 cash money in our pockets. And the last house we did was a little old lady. And when we were done, she invited us in, and she gave us cookies and cocoa. And then she paid us each $5. But she paid us in pennies. And we each had to sit there and count out 500 pennies. And the only bag I had large enough to carry 500 pennies in was a Wonder Bread bag. And if you're wondering, about 1/3 of a mile. And then the bag just exploded. But Skeeter had been smart enough to separate his pennies into 2 250-penny piles and then double bag them, so he made it home. All of that to say, Skeeter and I were well aware that the weight of American money had very little to do with the value of American money. So back to the Vacation Bible School. What Skeeter and I wanted to do most was to get in the baptismal. And I can't say why, except that we were 7, and it seemed like the right thing to do. So anytime that we had the opportunity to sneak away from class, or if the sanctuary was empty, we would go, and first we would just look in the baptismal. And then we'd be just about to get in, and the Baptist pastor would appear behind us. He was this wonderful, gruff character who had this brilliant attitude about himself. He really didn't care whether or not you agreed with him, because he knew that he was right, and that you would either someday come to see things his way, or you would go to hell. And he was satisfied with either outcome. So we would be just about to get into the baptismal, and we would hear his voice. He would be there, and he would say, boys, 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 I know you want to get in there, but that's not a toy. And when a man does things purely for his own enjoyment and not for the glory of God or the benefit of others, he will be stained and tainted forever. And we thought, you know what, that's good stuff. It didn't make us not want to get in the baptismal. There was no denying it was good stuff. And that pastor hated the way we were doing the offering. But any pastor worth his or her salt knows that there's only so many battles you can win, right? And taking on the ladies who run the Vacation Bible School is not a wise career move. So he wouldn't tell them to stop doing the offering that way. But by Thursday, he'd had it. He couldn't stand it anymore. And so when it came time for the devotional, he got up to give the devotional. And he didn't give a devotional. He gave a full-on sermon. He got up in the pulpit. And he started by telling us, and I'm going to preach at you for just a minute, but it's Sunday, so that's okay. He started by telling us the parable where Jesus is in the temple with the disciples, and they're watching people give the offering. And the rich guys are dumping in tons and tons of money. And then the little old lady comes up, and she puts in her 2 pennies. And Jesus turns to the disciples, and he says to the disciples, who gave the greatest offering? And one of the disciples says, what he says was, he gives one of those answers that makes me think that the reason Jesus chose those 12 guys is because he knew that they were morons. and before you get self-righteous or offended, he knew that they were morons, and he could ask them stuff, and they would give the same sort of answers that you and I would give, and then he could answer the question without us ever having to ask it. So Jesus says, who gave the greatest offering? And one of the disciples says, clearly the rich guys. And Jesus says, no, the rich men gave from their abundance, while the little old lady gave from her poverty. And the preacher quickly explained to us that what that meant was that if you have an abundance, that means more than you need. And when you give an offering, you're supposed to put yourself in a place where you become dependent upon God. And if you're giving from what you don't need, you're not becoming dependent upon God. But the little old lady gave out of her poverty, and so she had given everything she had. Thus, she became completely dependent on God. Therefore, she had given the greater offering. And I should just say right now, just on the behalf of all church treasurers out there, if you in the audience are giving from your abundance, don't quit, okay? It's not doing you any good, but the rest of us are benefiting. So, the pastor told us that the rich men gave from their perfidy. Yeah, we didn't know what it meant either, but it seemed like a weird place to keep your money. And he motioned at the scale, and he told us that if we continued to give in this perfidious way, that the demons of hell would descend upon us, snatch our souls, and drag them to the sulfuric pits. And we were like, yeah! Right? Because we were Methodists. I mean, Methodists don't have demons of hell. You know, we have covered dish dinners. So we were like... So we were moved again by this pastor, but again, not in the direction that he intended, because it just caused Skeeter and I to remember the 1,000 pennies the little old lady had given us that winter. And we went home that night and we collected every penny in both of our houses, and we put them in an old wool hunting sock. And the next morning we walked to the Vacation Bible School, and Skeeter kept those pennies behind his back. And when it was time to give the offering, we got against the wall, and Skeeter got last in line, and he kept the pennies behind his back. and as we moved forward, he kept them. Because you know that even the observation of an experiment can change the outcome of the experiment. The same is certainly true for a prank at church. The observation of the prank can greatly change the consequences. So Skeeter kept the pennies behind his back, and when it was finally his turn, he did not gently introduce the pennies into the can. He held that sock with about 8 pounds of pennies above the can, and he just dropped it. And when those pennies hit the blue can, that side of the scale dropped dramatically, causing the other side to rise precipitously. The blue can slammed into the ground, the scale stopped, but the pink can was still going. And when it got to the end of the binder's twine, it just ripped the binder's twine, and everybody in the church watched it fly through the church, and it hit the ceiling. And when that can hit the ceiling, it didn't stop. It just punched a hole right in the ceiling, and we all stood there staring at that hole. And then the demons of hell started to pour forth thousands and thousands of bats just roiling out of that hole, and everyone ran for their lives, clutching their souls. Everyone except Skeeter and myself. We knew this was our moment. We went straight toward the baptismal. We put our hands on the side. We didn't stop to look, we just vaulted. And when we got just far enough that we could no longer halt our forward progression, we looked down to see that someone, some unknown person, had dyed the water red. And a little later, as we limped out of the church, dripping and dyed pink, we heard the pastor's voice behind us saying, "Boys, boys, boys. When a man does things purely for his own enjoyment and not for the benefit of others or the glory of God, he will be stained, that others may know."
Mr. Bil Lepp right there with some words of wisdom for us all. We hope that you learned a lesson right there. Bil Lepp. He'll be down in Madison, Georgia on March 23rd and 24th at the Do Tell Story Fest. He comes to your neighborhood, go see him. He's a lot of fun. I'd like to say a special hello to you if you're listening right now over WHQR, Wilmington, North Carolina, or WXPN, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Thank you so much for listening. We hope that you will be with us next week. We've got a kind of a down-home show next week. Some bluegrass from Daly and Vincent. Molly Tuttle is on the show. Western Centuries, Richie and Rosie, and the Sweetback Sisters. You're listening to Mountain Stage live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Mountain Stage is supported in part by this station and by West Virginia Public Broadcasting. Hotel accommodations for Mountain Stage guests are provided by the Charleston Marriott Town Center Hotel, centrally located for the business and pleasure traveler in downtown Charleston's retail district. This is Mountain Stage on NPR. Well, thank you. Welcome to the second hour of Mountain Stage. And if you're just tuning in, a very special welcome to you. I think you're going to be glad you did tune in. This is the first show of our 35th season, and we got a lot more great stuff still to come. During this hour, as a matter of fact, just a little while, John Oates and the Good Road Band will be out. We're going to open this hour with a man who, if you are familiar with bluegrass music, really needs no introduction. He's won 14 Grammy Awards, 16 IBMA Awards, played 25 years with Alison Krauss and her band, and before that he was with the Lonesome River Band. But he's done something new that is worth mentioning because his latest record is called Southern Gothic. He wrote and co-wrote all the songs on the record. He got a lot of really talented young Nashville writers and also a talented producer to put together something that is really special. It's almost like a theme album. It's really what it is. Please welcome back to the Mountain Stage, but for the first time like this, Tyminski.
I stay lost until I'm found. I drag my halo through the dirt and then dust it off uptown. Behold a righteous hypocrite with poison in his veins, blinded by religion when it goes against the grain. Tin revival, holy choir, soul survival, lost desire, wayward son, sick and tired of praying for forgiveness. Lord, tonight I'm breathing fire. Is it something in the water or just my DNA that makes a Sunday morning saint out of this old piece of clay? Do I make another promise or pray a sinner's prayer? Do I reach out for redemption or do I even care? Tin revival, holy choir, soul survival, lost desire, wayward son, sick and tired of praying for forgiveness. Lord, tonight I'm breathing fire. Well, it seems like every time I'm doing right, I always turn toward wrong. And by the time I finally see the light, the darkness feels like home. Feels like home. Tin revival, holy choir, soul survival, lost desire, wayward son, sick and tired of praying for forgiveness. Lord, tonight I'm breathing fire.
Oh my gosh, thank you very much. It is, thank you very much. Very, very cool to get to come back here and be back at Mountain Stage. You guys are great. Everyone has treated us so nice, and they always do. We have some different music than I've brought here before, and I'm so excited to get to do this. We have a new album. It's out on Universal Mercury. It's called Southern Gothic. It is quite different than everything I've done in that there's probably a lot more of my truth in this record than maybe what I've done before. We're going to try a song. It's the title song from this track. This is it's one we're real happy about. We're calling it Southern Gothic.
Blackbird on the old church steeple, Spanish moss hanging in the setting sun. Every house has got a Bible and a loaded gun. We got preachers and politicians. Around here it's kinda hard to tell which one is gonna do more talking with the crooked tongue. This town's got the good Lord shaking his head, looking down thinking we ain't heard a word he said, a word he said. Baptized in Southern Gothic, in the garden of good and evil. The devil right here, who would have thought it? In a town full of God-fearing people, dogs and dead balls scar the night. Nothing left to do but kneel and pray. We got a church on every corner, so why does heaven feel so far away? Far away. There must be something in the muddy water, turns the whiskey about as sweet as sin. Every drunk in town can sing a brown-back hymn. Good fences make good neighbors. Good neighbors make good lovers too. When your man ain't home, any man will do. High on homegrown, smoking that brimstone. Mama ain't stopping, popping that cotton. No happy ever after, waiting on the rapture now. Baptized in Southern Gothic, in the garden of good and evil. The devil right here, who would have thought it? In a town full of God-fearing people, dogs and deadbolts scar the night. Nothing left to do but kneel and pray. We got a church on every corner, so why does heaven feel so far away? Far away. Southern Gothic, Southern Gothic, Southern Gothic.
Thank you so much. This is we've got a whole bunch of new people up here. For me, some I've known for a while, most not very long, but I've grown to love these guys a lot. We've spent, hours together now working this stuff up. We'll start over here, our newest man. I can't say enough positive about this man. You've seen him before. You all know him. You've seen him a bunch of times. We'll tell you right now, his latest movie is due back at Redbox next week. Please make him welcome as Tony Ray. All right. Back here on the bass, please make welcome Mr. Adam Beard. Back here on the drums, could not do this stuff without him. He's a hoss. Please make welcome Danny Young. Playing guitar, please make welcome, becoming one of my favorite musicians, Juan Solazero, please. See, I get to talk while I figure out what key this stuff is in. Over here playing the keyboards, please make welcome Micah Snow. So most of this record has a lot of pretty dark stuff on it. I didn't realize I was such a dark person. I mean, I knew I played a lot of negative songs, but I didn't know I'd actually make them up too. Like, that's just... So especially for this record, we had to do like one positive song. This is probably as close as we'll ever get to a smile. So let's try this one. This is one called Good for Your Soul. I'll wrap you up in sweet nostalgia. I'll help you set the mood. Hang magic in the air around you, just like the old songs do. Ain't nothing to it, baby, that's the stuff that'll get you moving. Damn sure enough. As soon as the morning sun hits your eye, remember my love, remember my love. When life hits you laughing, you're feeling so high. Let me be the drug, let me pick you up. Let me hold you close when the lights down low. Oh, I'm good for your soul. I'm good for your soul. I'm good for your soul. Girl, let me be your guilty pleasure. You're keeping to yourself. No, there's no denying you're my treasure. I won't share with no one else. Ain't nothing to it, baby, that's the stuff that'll get you moving. Damn sure enough. As soon as the morning sun hits your eye, remember my love, remember my love. When life hits you laughing, you're feeling so high. Let me be the drug, let me turn you up. Let me hold you close when the lights down low. Oh, I'm good for your soul. I'm good for your soul. I'm good for your soul. Well, can you hear the rhythm of my beating heart, calling us together when we're far apart? Say you want me with you, girl, wherever you go. 'Cause I'm good for your soul. I'm good for your soul. Baby, I'm good for your soul. As soon as the morning sun hits your eye, remember my love, remember my love. When life hits you laughing, you're feeling so high. Let me be the drug, let me turn you up. As soon as the morning sun hits your eye, remember my love, remember my love. And life hits you laughing, you're feeling so high. Let me be the drug, let me turn you up. Let me hold you close when the lights down low. Oh, I'm good for your soul. I'm good for your soul. I'm good for your soul. Na 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 na. You want to get spooky? Spook 'em, man. Whoa, 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 whoa. Most no praying backwards, whiskey pours itself. You're standing all alone, but you're never by yourself. You
can hear the train a-rolling, a-rolling, a-rolling. There's nothing on those tracks. You can hear the wind blowing, blowing when the full moon fades to black. It's a story of a ghost of a man who's torn apart. He's a bad dream in the day and a nightmare in the dark. And if you start to fall, better be careful just how far. But there's an echo of an empty soul in the hell of a haunted heart. Roses have no petals, all they have are thorns. You'll see the scarecrow crying in a row of corn. You can hear the train a-rolling, rolling, rolling. There's nothing on those tracks. You can hear the wind blowing, blowing when the full moon fades to black. It's a story of a ghost of a man who's torn apart. Who's a bad dream in the day and a nightmare in the dark. And if you start to fall, better be careful just how far. For there's an echo of an empty soul in the hell of a haunted heart. And you stretch his wings, the angel shows its horn. There's not one ray of sunshine, every day another storm. Smoke rings in the heavens, fire in the sky. It's not where I was born, but it's where I'm gonna die. Story of a ghost of a man who's torn apart. Who's a bad dream in the day and a nightmare in the dark. And if you start to fall, better be careful just how far. There's an echo of an empty soul in the hell of a haunted heart. This haunted heart. This haunted heart. Whoa, 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 whoa. Postman playing backwards, whiskey pours itself. You're standing all alone, but you're never by yourself. You can hear the train a-rolling, a-rolling, a-rolling. There's nothing on those tracks. You can hear the wind blowing, blowing when the full moon fades to black. It's a story of a ghost of a man who's torn apart. Who's a bad dream in the day and a nightmare in the dark. And if you start to fall, better be careful just how far. But there's an echo of an empty soul in the hell of a haunted heart. Roses have no petals, all they have are thorns. You'll see the scarecrow crying in a row of corn. You can hear the train a-rolling, rolling, rolling. There's nothing on those tracks. You can hear the wind blowing, blowing when the full moon fades to black. It's a story of a ghost of a man who's torn apart. Who's a bad dream in the day and a nightmare in the dark. And if you start to fall, better be careful just how far. For there's an echo of an empty soul in the hell of a haunted heart. And you stretch his wings, the angel shows its horn. There's not one ray of sunshine, every day another storm. Smoke rings in the heavens, fire in the sky. It's not where I was born, but it's where I'm gonna die. Story of a ghost of a man who's torn apart. Who's a bad dream in the day and a nightmare in the dark. And if you start to fall, better be careful just how far. There's an echo of an empty soul in the hell of a home. heart, this haunted heart. If you ever get a chance to go through this album, you'll hear a lot of references, a lot of spiritual references, I tried very hard not to be preachy. I didn't want to tell anybody what to do. I didn't want to tell anyone not to do, but I did want to hold a mirror up to a lot of what I see in society, in the world, and I think this next one covers a whole bunch of that. It's called The Devil is Downtown. Voice of an angel, the face of a friend. If you're running from trouble, well, he'll take you in. He'll hear your confessions with a promise of grace. The devil is downtown. It's a hell of a place. Anything you can ask for, whatever you need, it's there for the taking, but nothing is free. The lights and the music, the smell and the taste, the devil is downtown. It's a hell of a place. And if you're searching, if you're looking for a change, go where you can see the stars, and they don't seem so far away. But if you're hurting, and you need to kill the pain, the devil is downtown. The devil is downtown. The heart never heals after it breaks. It just learns how to deal and live with the pain. And it's gonna happen, make no mistake. The devil is downtown. It's a hell of a place. And if you're searching, if you're looking for a change, go where you can see the stars. They don't seem so far away. But if you're hurting, and you need to kill the pain, the devil is downtown. The devil is downtown. Whoa. The voice of an angel, the face of a friend. The devil is downtown, and he'll take you. We'll do something off track here. We'll free Tony up to play some banjo.
I'm going to play you, I got time to do one more song for you folks. I'm going to go back and do something from Allison and Union Station. You... Hey, you're clapping now. You might not like it when we're done. It's going to be a little different. You don't know. But it's very important this one's in tune. On behalf of all of us here with Tyminski, we want to thank you. We're going to say goodnight with this one. My father's name was a Hannibal. Mama was a Hannah Mariah. Everything we owned got all burned up in the Great Depression fire. Strip mine to one crop farming, drained the green earth dry. I lost it all, only love was left. That was one thing money can't buy. We're all dustful children, singing a dustful song, and the crops won't grow when the dust just blows. When the green fields are gone, when the green grass growing fields are gone, when the green fields are gone, when the green grass growing fields are gone. They said in California there was work of every kind. Well, the only job I ever got out there was waiting on a welfare line. Once I had $1, now once I had a dream, but now all the work that's being done by a big old machine. We're all dustful children, singing a dustful song, and the crops won't grow when the dust just blows. When the green fields are gone, when the green grass growing fields are gone, when the green fields are gone, when the green grass growing fields are gone.
Thank you so much.
Tyminski, led by Dan Tyminski, and a heck of a good band right there. And once again, that new recording is called Southern Gothic on Mercury Nashville, and it is one strong record. Obviously a little different than what Dan has done in the past, but this one is worth listening to again and again. It's a lot of strong material there, and it's extremely well produced. Tyminski right there. It's time now for our great piano player Bob Thompson to do a song, and he has chosen a song by a man who was on the mountain stage a few times, Alan Toussaint. It's called Southern Nights. Say hello to Bob Thompson. Bob Thompson, you can get his music at colortones.com, doing a little Alan Toussaint, Southern Nights. You're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Major funding for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey and Glasser, LLP, a nationwide law firm born in West Virginia with offices in Charleston, Philadelphia, St. Louis, Morgantown, D.C., Boston, Alabama, and Delaware. Details at baileyglasser.com. And by Wild, Wonderful West Virginia. Whether you're looking for extreme outdoor adventure, family fun, or an intimate getaway for two, there is something for everyone in the Mountain State. Travel planning and trip ideas are available. Visit go2wv.com. Additional support is provided by the Charleston, West Virginia Convention and Visitors Bureau, showing the world why Charleston is hip, historic, and almost heaven. Your adventure starts online at charlestonwv.com. This is Mountain Stage on NPR. Remember, if you missed part of this Mountain Stage show or you just want to hear something again, you can always visit the podcast section of mountainstage.org. Each podcast will include songs we don't have time to fit on the radio, as well as a complete finale song. If you do us a favor, take a moment to subscribe, rate, and review the show on iTunes or wherever it is you get your podcasts. Mountain Stage is excited to be part of Slingshot, a new collaboration with taste-making public radio music discovery stations and NPR Music to discover and elevate promising up-and-coming artists. You can find out more about Slingshot artists at npr.org/slingshot. Support for Slingshot comes from Spire Studio by Isotope. Learn more at spire.live. We're going to end this first show of the year in a proper way with a man that everybody knows. Mr. John Oates, of course, is part of Hall & Oates and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, most successful pop rock duo in history. But what you may not know is that as John was growing up in Philadelphia, he got into folk music, got into roots music, into blues music. The fellow who taught him guitar was very well acquainted with Mississippi John Hurt and Son House and folks like that. So he was steeped in that music when he got together at Temple University with Daryl Hall. And he's come back to it. In 1999, he began to make his own solo albums again. And his latest one is just out, and it's quite a good one. It's called Arkansas on 30 Tigers. It features some original tunes as well as some traditional tunes and a very interesting mix of music. It's several different styles. And he was with us once before, and we found out that not only is he a great star, but he's a great guy to have around, and we're happy to welcome him back. Please welcome back John Oates and the Good Road Band.
Thank you so much. All right. It's great to be back here on Mountain Stage, for sure. Well, I think he kind of told you the story, so I think we'll start out with a big pop hit from about 1929. Here we go. Anytime you're feeling blue, anytime feel downhearted, that will prove my love for you is true. Anytime you're thinking about me, that's the time I'll be thinking of you. So anytime you say, want me back again, that's the time I'll come back home to you. Come on. You're feeling lonely, anytime you're feeling blue, anytime you feel downhearted, well, that will prove my love for you is true. Anytime you're thinking about me, that's the time I'll be thinking of you. So anytime you say, want me back again, that's the time I'll come back home to you. So anytime you say, want me back again, that's the time I'll come back home to you. Thank you. Thanks very much. Well, this is the Good Road Band, and believe it or not, this is the first night on our tour, right here, Mountain Stage. Couldn't think of a better place to start. We got Guthrie Trapp on the electric guitar, Steve Mackey on the bass, Josh Day on the drums. The new album's called Arkansas, and the song was inspired by a trip I made to a little place called Wilson, Arkansas, about 30 miles northwest of Memphis. And standing one night in the moonlight in the cotton fields and the Mississippi River flowing down there, and something about it just kind of made me want to write a song. The song's called Arkansas. Here we go. There's a faded glory along the great river road, in a broke-down farmhouse, hanging on a broke-down porch, looking over miles and miles and miles. Walk along there, silhouetted by a crescent moon. When the sun starts rising, hitting 90 before the clock strikes noon. Don't you know the days and nights, dreams drift slowly by. Another Delta dawn brings hope worth waiting on. Yeah. Well, the old man river flow past the snow-white cotton fields of Arkansas, yeah. There's a long black train running on the southbound track. Hear that distant whistle blowing when it calls you back to that hard-hit heartland. The long bird is yours. oh yeah. Watch it, old man river flow. Watch it, old man river flow. There's the snow-white cotton fields of Arkansas, yeah. Watch it, old man river flow. There's the snow-white cotton fields of Arkansas, yeah. Oh yeah, watch it, old man. Whoa. There's some snow-white cotton fields of Arkansas. Yeah, watch it, old man river flow. There's some snow-white cotton fields of Arkansas. Yeah, watch it, old man river flow. There's snow-white cotton fields of Arkansas.
Thank you. Thank you.
A lot of this album was inspired by Mississippi John Hurt. I got a chance to spend some time with him in the 60s and watch him play firsthand. And after this album was finished, believe it or not, I ended up buying the guitar that he played at Newport Folk Festival in 1964, which was pretty amazing because I actually played that same guitar in 1971 and 72 on the first two Hall & Oates albums. So somehow it came back to me, which is a beautiful thing, and I'm really happy about it. So speaking of Mississippi John Hurt, how about we do one, this is one that is one of his classics, Stacko Lee. Here we go. Oh, police officer now, how can that be? You can arrest everybody, but you afraid of Stagger Lee. He's a bad man, cruel old Stagger Lee. Billy DeLine told Stagger Lee, now please don't take my life. I got 3 children and a darling, lovely wife. You a bad man, cruel old Stagger Lee. I don't care about your children, I don't care about your wife, no. You done stole my Stetson hat, now I'm gonna take a life. I'm a bad man. All right. That 44 on Stagger Lee shot Billy DeLine down upon the ballroom floor. Now he's a bad man, cool old Stagger Lee. Well, the judge said to the jury, hey boys, what are you gonna think of that? Stagger Lee shot Billy DeLine about a $5 Stetson hat. He's a bad man, cool old Stagger Lee. One more time. Up on the gallows, Stagger Lee did fuss and cuss. Judge said, boys, better hang him now before he kills the rest of us. He's a bad man, cruel old Stagger Lee. He's a bad man, cruel old Stagger Lee. All right. Thank you. Well, this album, even though it started out as a tribute to Mississippi John Hurt in so many ways, and there's a lot of John Hurt songs on the record, I started realizing that it started becoming a bit of a snapshot of some popular music that was happening in the late 1920s and early 1930s when John Hurt was first recording. And so I started looking at some of the songs that might have been contemporary with him at the time. And this is one. It's in fact, I actually found out that John Hurt was a huge fan of Jimmie Rodgers. So this is a great Jimmie Rodgers classic, Miss the Mississippi and You. I'm growing tired of the big city lights, tired of the glamour and tired of the sights. And in my dreams, I've been roaming once more, far from my home on the old river shore. I'm so sad and weary, far away from home. I miss the Mississippi and you. Days are dark and dreary everywhere I roam. I miss the Mississippi and you. Rolling the wide world over, oh yeah. Always low and blue, so blue. Nothing seems to cheer me under heaven's dome. I miss the Mississippi and you. Rolling the wide world over, always low and blue, so blue. Mockingbirds are singing round the cabin door. I miss the Mississippi and you. Longing for my homeland, muddy water shore. I miss the Mississippi and you, dear. Miss the Mississippi. And you. Thank you so much. All right. I want to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to grab this electric guitar and see what happens. Guthrie only lets me play this on one song, so I got to make the most of it. We having fun? It's been a great show tonight. Some really great artists tonight. This is another John Hurt tune. It's one I'm sure you'll know. It's one of a song that's been recorded by a million people a million times. And "Make Me a Pallet on Your Floor" was the beginning of this tune. And in the middle of the process, I just thought, wouldn't it be cool if I got to collaborate with John Hurt? Now, I knew that wasn't going to be possible, so I just hoped for the best and wrote a chorus around something that he did about 60, 70 years ago. Me down a pallet on your floor. Make me down pallet on your floor. Make me down a pallet down so soft and low. Make me down a pallet on your floor. Lay it down close behind the door. Lay it down so close behind the door. Make me down the pallet down so soft and low. Lay me down, pallet on your floor. Oh, make me down, make me down. Make it soft and low. Make me a pallet on your floor. Make it soft and low. Make it soft and low. Make me a pallet on your floor. Yeah. Colorado. Born up the country where it's cold freezing snow. I'm going to Colorado, where it's cold, freezing snow. Ain't no telling how much further I may go. No telling how much further I may. Make me down, make me down, make me down. Thank you. All right. We got time for one more? I don't know what you said, but I'm going to play an 80s song anyway, so I'm sure you'll be happy. I have no idea what that means, but why not, right? You've been sitting out there all night going, when's this guy going to play one of those 80s songs? Sorry. I'm just having fun. This is the first night, you know? What a way to kick off a tour, right? So let's go back in time to the early 80s, and just came back from a trip to Jamaica. Had the reggae thing kind of in my head, among other things, and anyway, dove back into Greenwich Village in New York City, where it was kind of the epicenter of that 80s crazy Wolf of Wall Street, greed is good, that kind of thing, and got inspired by a gal who was incredibly gorgeous and had the filthiest mouth on any human being I'd ever heard. So that's where it started, but it ended up being a song about New York City. And when I wrote the original chorus, I wrote it with a reggae feel, and got together with Daryl Hall, and he didn't like it. So in his infinite wisdom, he said, let's do a Motown thing, and I'm glad I listened to him because it was a big hit. But tonight, I'm going to play a reggae version of that song. So. Nothing that you do, I've seen her here before. Watching and waiting, she's in it for you, but her eyes are on the door. Many have paid to see what you think you get it for free. You know the woman is a wild woman, she can't tame. by the purr of a jaguar. Money the matter, she's in it for love, ain't gonna get too far. No. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she gonna chew you up. Whoa, here she comes. She's a man to say. Whoa, here she comes. Watch out, boy, I'm gonna chew you up. Whoa, here she comes. She's a man eater, she's a man eater, yeah. Wouldn't if I were you. Well, I know what she can do. She's deadly, man, but she can really rip your world apart. Mind over matter. The beauty is there, but the beast is in the heart. Whoa, whoa, here she comes. Watch out, boy, I'm gonna chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man eater's hair. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, I'm gonna chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man eater, she's a man eater, yeah. Oh, here she comes. She only come out at night. That's right. Oh, here she comes. She's a man eater's head. Oh, here she comes. Woman is wild. I said, a woman is wild. You better watch out, boy. Gonna chew you up, gonna spit you out. Believe you know what I'm talking about. She's a man eater. She's a man eater. She's gonna chew you up, gonna spit you out. Better believe you know what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. Love you.
John Oates and the Good Road Band right there. That new one is just out. It's called Arkansas. You heard the title song to that. A lot of great music on that record. Mr. John Oates and a fine band, including Steve Mackey on the bass, who's from West Virginia. So John brought along a West Virginia boy, too. Our thanks to John Oates, and our thanks to Tyminski, and to Lilly Hiatt, and to Danny Barnes, and to Mr. Bil Lepp. And our thanks, of course, to all of you folks here at the Creative Arts Center on the campus of West Virginia University in Morgantown for coming out and being with us in person. And special thanks to you there listening on the radio. We're starting our 35th year. We wouldn't have been here 1 year unless you tuned in. And we hope that you'll do the same thing next week when our guests will be Daly and Vincent, Molly Tuttle, Western Centuries, Richie and Rosie, and the Sweetback Sisters. Mountain Stage is produced by Larry Groce and Adam Harris. Associate producers are Jeff Shirley and Vasilia Skouras. Production managers Paul Flaherty. We're engineered by Francis Fisher, Richie Collins, Jim Raines, and Patrick Stevens. With production assistance from Michael Lipton, Joey Ansel, Mary Lee, Lance Schrader, Chris Mead, and Woogie. Photographic services are provided by Brian Blauser. Promotion is coordinated by Michael Lipton, Adam Harris, and Music in Motion Promotions. Special thanks to Mountain Stage members Walter and Sean Williams for their generous support. Lodging is provided by the Marriott Town Center Hotel, centrally located for the business and pleasure traveler in downtown Charleston. Why don't you go out and hear some live music wherever you are, just as soon as you can. You've been listening to Mountain Stage live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Going to end it up now with a song by the great West Virginia songwriter Hazel Dickens. I think you'll get what this one's about. I got the early Monday morning working blues. I put on my ragged, worn-out working shoes.
Well, the weekend was too short, but I can't choose. When the Lord made the working girl, He made the blues.
But I'm tired of working my life away and giving somebody else all of my pay. Well, they get rich on the profits that I lose and leave me here with the working girl blues. Everybody now. I go to lay working girl blues, and I can't even afford a new pair of shoes, while they can live in any penthouse they choose, and all I got is the working girl blues. Michael Lipton. Ryan Kennedy, take it over. Country Bob Thompson on the piano. Danny Barnes. Come on, Guthrie, play the verse, Guthrie track. Dan Tyminski now. Danny played the chorus on that banjo. Gonna sing a half a verse here.
Well, my boss said there's a raise due any day, but I wonder will my hair be all turned gray
Before it turns that dollar loose and I get my
a little bit of these words